Hey guys, Scott here from Alpha Nerd Tech. How's it going? So, as some of you know, car audio is one of my hobbies. Um, and I've got now the Easy Power 810 from Down for Sound installed. And as you can see, there are a pair of 1-aught inputs for the power. So, this thing pushes about 4,000 watts RMS, a little more than that. So, what we're going to do today is unbox and build this battery kit, and we're going to see how well it will fit over here underneath the seat in the back behind the speaker box. So it'll go next to the amp behind the box. So let's get this thing on the bench, open it up, and put it together. All right, guys, so here's this box. Bam. Let's get this thing opened up and check it out and put it together. All right, so first off, we see the sodium-ion cells. Let's just get everything out of here. We'll inspect everything when we get them all out. All right, there's 8 of those. And this looks like some, oh, this is the balancer. And we got some hardware. And we've got the bus bars. So let's get this out of the way and check these guys out. Now I have no idea what I'm going to need to put this together, so let's go ahead and check everything out first. Ooh, yeah, time to sharpen my knife. So that is the hardware for the 2P battery. Decent little brushed aluminum look on them. Nice. And we'll open up the hardware here and see what we got. Yeah, really time to sharpen my knife. Ooh, look at that. That's everything there. So this is the case for the balancer. 3D printed even. Wow. Fancy. This is the hardware for that. And this is the hardware for the batteries, putting the batteries together. So it looks like about a 5mm. All right. And then this is the balancer itself. Perfect. And this one is already, should already be jumped out. They have a jumper on them. This one doesn't actually. Yeah, it's got the jumper on it, but it's the soldered jumper. Some of these you can actually change from lithium-ion to sodium, but this one does not look like it has the 3rd pin, so they just have it run together. So that's good there. And then these are the sodium cells. So a little bit of heft to them. We'll run through and inspect them all just to make sure everything's good. But we have a sodium ion. It's a 145, so 46 diameter, 145 is the length. 3 volt, 18 amp hours, 54 watt hours. So, and when we have 2 of these together, we'll have a 36 amp hour battery bank, which will be more than enough for my amp that I'm running in my truck. Looking good. No problems. Grab my meter, we'll check voltage. Probably have to balance them out before we put the balancer on even, but like do a end-to-end balance where you just run a wire to each one. It's always a good idea. But we'll check voltage on them and see how they are. I'm trying my new DJI mic mini, so I hope you guys are hearing me okay. I know I can fix it and edit, but still. I don't want to talk too loud because I know the cheap mic I had caused a lot of distortion if I talk too loud. And these are way better, so anyway. Gotta love Amazon Prime days when everything's on sale, so. Alright, I don't see anything wrong with any of these. Not even dents in them or anything. A little discoloration in the molding of the wrap, but who cares? Wow, those look nice. Super compact too. That's gonna be a very, very small cell. Wow, I could have went bigger. Because this is going underneath the rear seat on the passenger side. Anybody that knows the Silverados and Silverado EVs, they have a very small cargo space underneath there. So just want to double check these. Yeah, everything looks good. I don't see anything wrong with them. Everything looks really good. The threads all look perfect on them. So I'm going to run out and grab a set of Allen wrenches because I see a couple different sizes here. And I'm going to grab maybe some different connectors. If not, I'll use these, but crimp them. But I have ones without plastic on them. They don't need to be insulated because they're all going to be wrapped anyway. And what is that? Probably a 8mm wrench. Looks like this is a 5mm, possibly 4, 5, something like that. Anyway, I'm not an expert when it comes to sizes, but anyway, somewhere around there. So I will be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back with a few tools, and the first thing I'm going to do, though, is we're going to take a measurement on these things. So I'm going to mark them all up, just 1 through 8 here. So we'll just go in here to side 1, 2, 3, and then I grabbed a sheet of paper. So just mark these up. All right, and then I'll grab the little cheapo meter here because I left the other one locked in the truck, and when I went out to the garage, I didn't have my keys with me, so yeah, but this will work good enough. So let's check the voltage on these guys. So we've got the negative at the bottom, positive at the top, and we've got 287. 287. And then the next one we've got 287 with a 5. And number 3, 287. Not going to be much balancing here. Two, 8, 7. This one's 2869. So 287 is close enough. Two, 8, 7. 287. $2,868. Rounded up to 287. That's the lowest, if any, but it's actually 286.7, but yeah. Oh, 286.8, yeah, that's even higher, yeah. So now we're close enough. They're balanced enough, and the balancer will take care of the rest of them that way. So, I mean, if I had to go with any of them, it would be number 5, I believe, was the next lowest. Yeah, 2870. So, number 5 and number 8 would be the lowest. So if we put those on the same bank, they'll actually balance together with the rest of them. So anyway, that's it. That's easy. So let's go ahead and don't even need to worry about this. Turn that guy off. And let's go ahead and get this thing built. All right, guys, so first thing we're gonna do is separate these things out. So that's gonna be a center. This is gonna be an end. Both of those are gonna be ends. So we're gonna have a positive and a negative, or whatever they go. And these are the center ones on the inside. So if we want to keep all the brush aluminum looking the same way, we can go like that. But anyway, so yeah. So we got the positives here. So we're going to take our positives. Negative, positive, negative, positive. So anyway, yeah, pretty easy. So this is an end right here. This is an end right here. And then these are all identical. They have the small screw for the balancer. So when we get to wiring up our balancer, we'll have that taken care of. And then these will be opposite of each other. So we're going to have a negative out one side, positive out the other. So we can go ahead and start assembling our negative side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this here. And I got to separate these screws out real quick and see what we have here for lengths. Because I believe the longer ones, the shorter and longer ones. There's no instructions with this kit, but I mean, it's not that hard. It's a typical battery bank. So we got 2, 4, 6 of those. And then we've got the rest. These don't look like they're gonna be long. Oh yeah, okay. All right, yeah, so there's no instructions, no nothing, nothing that came with it, with the kit or anything, so. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the negatives. We're going to call this our negative down here. So this will go just like this, and screw these together here. So first thing I'll do is I will grab a screw. And again, I'm putting the positive bar out. So putting the bars out to the outside. That way. So I have a room to screw on the terminals and stuff that I'm going to be using. And then we will take this here. And there's no lock washers or anything, so they just go on like this. So this side will be the negative. And this goes in here somehow. Or not. All right, guys, so here's everything laid out now. We got the batteries all marked up and we did all the testing. So I just want to show you something I just found out with the kit. Yeah, so this is not good. So anyway, if you look at these holes, none of them are drilled the same for one. So I don't know if you can see down in there, but and no matter which way you put them, these are too close together. These are further apart. So we got the further apart side here, farther apart. And none of them line up, none of them match. Oops, excuse me. And also, when you go to put these together, again, no matter which way you spin this thing, if I did it this way, even with the batteries as close as you can get them, they don't fit. And if I spin it this way, they don't fit. And if I spin it this way, they don't fit. So we will revisit this video. All right, guys, so here we are back. We're about a week later, and what happened, if you saw me struggling there, is the ones that they sent me were the wrong buses. The buses were the wrong one. They sent me the ones for the headway cells, the lithium. So I needed the ones for Na, for sodium. So anyway, now that that's averted, crisis averted, and we are a week out because they had to ship me a new set that actually fit these cells, we can build this battery. So anyway, this is a 2 parallel, 2 sets of 4 parallel. So anyway, we're gonna set these aside for a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and, these buses are not quite all the same. You got 3 that are the same. And then you got 2 that have the extra hole in them. And that is for mounting your longer studs or whatever you want for your power side. So those are the 2 we're going to set over here and over here. We got the small holes here in the middle, and these are for the balancer. So what we're going to do is we're going to snake this thing, as I like to call it. We're going to parallel this thing. So let's set these aside for a second, and we're going to make this side, just for the heck of it, our positive, and we're going to make this side our negative. So we're going to take the positive, flip it around, negative here. We're going to flip this positive around, negative down here, and that gives us positive at this end, negative at this end, right? I know. Just making it clear, that's all. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting some screws into these cells here, like so. And I'll do these ends first, so these bus bars can just kind of hang out here. And I'm doing it with the small hole in towards the side, just so I have the 3 holes for my connections. So again, there's our negative side, this is our positive side, and there we have that side. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to take a negative side down here. The black side's negative, the silver is positive, but you can always double check on your battery just to be sure. So this negative goes to this negative. And while these were down, I did actually balance them out on the side. I did plug in positive here. I did plug them into the charger, charged them up, got them all ready. I had some other buses that I kind of cheated a little bit. I have a bunch of these left over from another project I did. So I put them together, and I'll put some pictures there, you can see it. And yeah, so I cheated a little bit. So anyway, you're going to need a, this is 5mm Allen for these. We're just gonna snug them up for now, because I'm gonna make sure they're all nice and clean and facing the same way and everything, because I want the writing to be all nice and neat. And so there's our ends right there for that side. Now I'm going to go down to the other end, so I'm going to flip these over. So these are negative now at this end. So we need them to go to a positive end. So negative to positive. So like I said, it's just a big snake, negative, positive, negative, positive. It's called series, but anyway. I'm going to take this hole here and I'm going to make it go that way. Or at least either way, it don't matter, but it's going to go one of the ways. It's just not going to go towards the end. So I will put these together here. And this one will have all 4 of them on it. There we go. Yeah, these buses fit much better. And we're going to put this one together here. This is the positive side now. So the 2 negatives are leading into the positive. Positive. And again, I'm just going to snug it up a bit. I can tighten them all once I get them all in together. So this is our positive side still. Through positive to here. I mean negative to here. So now we're going to take our positive up, because this is our negative, and we're going to continue the parallel circuit. And this one here, I'm going to go the opposite way just to make it look, actually I went in, how do I want to make it look? Yeah, I'll put them here so the wires are closer together. So anyway, so out, in, now we're going from here to here. So we're just going to go like this. The good thing is the customer service was amazing. They were really quick and great to get me those bars out. Yeah, it just, someone made a mistake at the office or factory or wherever they're at, their warehouse, and put the wrong ones in, going positive, because this is negative out here, positive to here. So someone put the wrong buses in with this battery kit. So you know what it is what it is. A little delayed, but my stereo is not suffering without it. So, all right. So now we got our negative side here, positive here, negative here. So we're going to put this thing together like so. And again, these are just kind of loose for now. And then positive to negative. And I will put the small hole on the inside, since this hole's on this side here, just to keep the wiring a little neater for the balancer. This is actually a really easy battery build, but it's very small too. It's only 36 amp hour when it's all said and done. So and on their website, they say this is good for up to 4,000 watts. I run a down for sound 4,000 watt amplifier, RMS. It's a little more than that. But in the EV, it actually, that thing, it's got a beast of a DC to DC converter. So it already has like a big 3 upgrade just with that DC to DC converter. So now I'll go ahead and kind of clean these up a bit. I want them to look nice. I want the name to show. And I was thinking about doing one name out and then one every other maybe. So the sodium side on one side shows what it is. It looks kind of cool, I think. I don't know, something different. Why be the same as everybody else, right? All right, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then I'll do this one here, opposite. Put that up, right? Yeah. Then what I've got coming is I've got some heat shrink, the big battery style heat shrink, basically the same stuff that's on these batteries here. I've got some big 14-inch round, 12-inch, and 10-inch coming that's clear, and you'll still be able to see all this. So I think that would look pretty cool, being able to see it all in here, instead of doing a battery box or something that's going to hide everything. All right, so we got the bottom, top, it don't matter, but we got one of them tight, and we got these where we want them. So let's go ahead and tighten them down. Oh yeah. I'm just giving them a good snug, I'm not torquing anything or anything. I don't want to hurt the, it's just aluminum in here that's kind of welded on there. So, or what do they call that? Yeah, it's a type of weld, but anyway. I didn't tighten these, I just snugged them. There we go. I'm gonna do the same on this side, except opposite. So this side will have there we go. I like the way that looks. Y'all obviously do what you want. It's your build, it's your system, so make it look how you like it to look. This is what I'm finding aesthetically pleasing, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, again, so this is our positive side. This is our negative side. We can use the stickers if we want, but I probably will anyway. Let's see, I'm gonna throw a piece of Velcro around it for now. I have some of these things here. I think a couple of these might do the trick. Yeah, maybe 3. Just to kind of hold it together. I don't need it. It's not going to be structural or anything. It's just going to be long enough while I'm working on it and testing and until my wrap gets here. And I'll give it a little more overlap because I'm going to need one more anyway. So. That'll work. Like I said, it's just temporary, so. That's it, guys. That's the battery all assembled. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take the balancer. And I have my own, it came with some oversized, larger ring terminal connectors. I have my own here that I'm going to use. All right, guys, so we're back here. We have determined that this is positive and this is negative. So the way this thing works is positive, negative, and everything else in between, in order. So here, then here, then here, then here, then negative. So we will place the positive one on first. And this is going to take a 2.5 millimeter Allen, which I think I pulled out over there. All right, that's gonna be a pain in the butt, but that's all right. We get an Allen on here first. There we go. Do this the right way. There we go. And then we're gonna skip the white one because it goes on the bottom. We go to the yellow one. And I'll bring that in the same way. That way when I shrink wrap them, everything falls in place real nice. Go through, and then that'll be the negative. I'm gonna hook that one up last though. I don't know if it matters, but I might do it anyway. Not really any instruction. There's not absolutely any instructions with this kit, but it's a battery. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science, so. And later I will probably end up cutting these a little shorter. Just to clean it up a bit. And this is our third one, so 1, 2. This is our fourth one actually. 1, 2, 3, fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably end up cutting these a little shorter because I'm probably gonna shrink that right inside of the battery with it. If I throw it like right inside here and shrink it. The problem is the Silverado doesn't have a lot of room under that back seat. So I gotta keep it somewhat compact. I already threw the DSP up underneath the front passenger seat because of that reason. They shorted, oh yeah, there we go. But they did short me a screw. Anyway. There we go. And then the last but not least, we're gonna have the negative wire on what we decided was our negative. Hey, that's not supposed to be there. Which is also shown by the negative side of the battery there. All right, so there we go. Got a little orange light on in here. It is balancing. And we're gonna break out the meter here. And we're gonna go ahead and check our voltages. So, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I will read it out to you anyway. So down here is our negative and positive. 3.63. 3.63. 3.63. 3.63, and all of those are with an 8 at the end, so 3.638. This one might have had a 9. It jumped, nope, it's 8. 3.6389, yeah, it's very close, but it's there. They're all balanced, they're all there. I did have it sitting here, like I said, with these buses for the entire week. I got a whole bunch of these from another battery project I did a while back for someone else. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the sticker on here just so as I'm testing it and working with it and everything, it's a reminder to me what I'm looking at. Remembrance? Yeah, that's that. I thought that don't make sense. Maybe I am. Because this is how I'm gonna get your watch time, just by trying to peel a sticker off. Wahaha. Again, this probably won't stay there. It's just, I'm gonna have a big old red terminal and a big old black terminal right there. So it's just to remind me while I am doing testing and everything, what's going on. So anyway. All right, so there we have it, guys. There's the battery built, and we'll just do a quick little 14.54, 7.26, 7.26, 14.54. My stereo is going to love that. Now what I have here is, I got this small little lithium charger that I bought from the other build. It is a 14.6, and it'll go up to 15.2, and it's a 10 amp. So this is what I charge it up with. So it's not going to come on now because it's charged, obviously. This is automatic, it works well. I bought it off Amazon. I don't know if I can find a link. If I can find a link for it, I bought it a while back. So if it's still there, if it's still around, I'll put a link to it just for the heck of it. It does work. It's not the best charger, I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be many comments saying that's crap. It probably is, but it worked for, this is the second build now, and it's worked for both these builds, so I'm not complaining about it. All right, so I'm just gonna give these things a little more tightness here. Oh yeah, they're good. Just to double check. Oh yeah, they're good. So yeah, the goal is, like I said, I'm probably gonna shorten these wires just to make them all exactly the same length and everything, but I'm either gonna put this like here in the front or in the side or something. I'll make sure they're all the same length just so it balances them out right. I don't know if that matters, but it's such low voltage, it's not a big deal anyway. But anyway, I'll do something like that, kind of hide it up underneath there, or instead of on the side. But yeah, we'll make that all look pretty and everything. So let's get this thing into the truck. Let's bump some music, and I will let you guys know, and I will show you guys the difference between having just the single battery compared to having it with the sodium battery. So this is part one. This is the battery build. Part two is going to be testing and putting out some numbers. So we're actually going to put this in the truck. We're going to play some music through it, and we're going to see how it does. Again, this was just the build. Very nice looking battery, very compact. I'm very impressed with it. Now that we have the right bus bars and everything's good. So there you have it, guys. There's the battery build.
This does not come with it, obviously, but just something I threw together to hold it. It's a nice looking set, nice looking cell. It's sodium. We'll get it in the truck on the next video and we'll do some testing. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll work on keeping the content interesting for you guys by doing different projects and more of this. Got some more reviews coming up, got some more stuff for the Mac Mini that just came in, and yeah, we're gonna get that video up next. Thanks a lot, guys, and have an amazing week.